Good morning, my youth. Good morning. So I'm speaking to you about why it's important for you to make the sacrifices now. And so, with that being said, I want you to be watchful and mindful of the environments that you choose to be in and the people who make up that environment. All right. So yesterday I spoke about when I was talking to my really close friend / brother last week, and he spoke on some things, and it brought quite a bit to my attention, and still today, and it's tripping me out because I'm seeing more and more the road that we were heading down, and we didn't even know it. Like, we were staring at our future every day. We were staring at our future, and we didn't even see it. We didn't even know it. We wasn't aware. All right. So before I dive in, there's nothing against the older cats that we hung around with. I'm not speaking down on them. I'm not putting them out there in any type of way, because they had no obligation to tell us anything. So they didn't owe us, advice. They didn't owe us any of that. We just kind of, we followed them. Although they didn't know they was our leaders, in essence, like they kind of was, because we sort of looked up to them. All right, so it was a choice that we made. So it's nothing on them. All right, so, and I'm gonna try to break this down like as concise as possible. All right, so you had some older cats. They didn't work. All right, they chose not to work for whatever reason. Now, when it came time for us, the age where it was time for us to work, we start having our own responsibilities. Like, it was times we chose not to work. All right, it was a choice of ours. And you had some older cats, because they didn't work. They understand that they needed funds, so they would pick little side hustles to get a couple dollars here and there. So, same thing we did, try to come up with little side hustles to earn a couple dollars so we can feed our habit, our weed habit, our alcohol habits. And then you had some older cats. They worked, but they went through a temp service, and you didn't really see them during the week. Mainly on the weekends, where they sitting out, on a tree in their lawn chairs, doing what they do, relaxing their week off. So guess what we did? So when it was time to get a job, we went through a temp service. And nothing against temp service, because it could actually be a benefit if you looking past there. You just looking for an opportunity to get your foot in, and you're gonna grow from there. But us, growing up, we didn't look at any of that. All right, so we were just trying to, we were just trying to support our habit, pretty much. So whenever we was off, just like they did, looking forward to the weekend, so we can do what we do. Get on cloud nine or whatever, however, how we did back then, and that's what we lived for. We didn't see a future. We didn't see a future, so we didn't have a future. Well, we had a future. It was looking at us, but we didn't know it. And that mentality followed us. Although, it's crazy, because with me, I went to Job Corps and got out in the year 2000. I was 18, or about to be 18. And And I got out with that same mentality. I went out, I got out, you know what I'm saying, like looking for the side hustle, you know, so I can, you know, do whatever, right? Wasn't looking for a job. You know, just want to hang out and kick it all the time, you know, and it followed me. So to 2005, still living with my mama, like going on 23 years old. I had a car then, you know, and that's because I had just bought one for I had just bought a car from my cousin from when I was working and lost a job. You know, and even within, I ain't do right. He just asked one thing of me, is to get the title switched out of his name into my name. So I didn't do it, being irresponsible, being careless, and, you know, racked up tickets. He paid the tickets just so it won't be in his name, you know, and it wasn't anything that I did on purpose. It was just me being irresponsible and lacking in the integrity department, you know, and at some point my mom like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. You have to get the car out of his name or whatever, you know, because he would call me, you know, never on anything disrespectful. He just let me know what it is, and I didn't have money to pay for the tickets myself because I didn't have a job. Okay, new hood, new friends. So now, same mentality though. So now I'm, you know, now that I have a car, little side hustles, trying to, you know, like chauffeuring, you know, my friends and my cousin around. Just, you know, I can get a, you know, couple dollars, put gas in my car. If they gave me 10, I put 7 or 8 in there and grab a beer with the rest. Or I go in, get a beer, and let me get rest on pump, whatever. Same mentality. You know what I'm saying? And the people that I was hanging around, like, you know, it wasn't like, it was kind of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like looking for little side hustles to make a couple dollars for whatever reason, you know, and their little brothers and the generation that was around us, they kind of started going down the same path. You know, and it just, like I said, like, it's the environment that you're in, and it's the people that make up that environment. Like, you have to start making sacrifices now for your future, and start building and working on your discipline now. All right, because it's crazy, because you can move out the hood, you know, but you can still have that hood mentality. So you, although physically you're not there, you're there mentally, so you're trapped. So in all essence, like, you're still in the same place. You're still going to make the same decisions, like the same old people that you left from, the old hood. You go into another hood, you're going to attract the same people. It's a revolving door. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's very important for you to get it now, to really make the decision to make the sacrifice right now for your future, and work on your discipline. Change your environment, change your the people that makes up that environment. Because if you look around at the things that you're doing now, if you're not careful, especially if it's not good things, like, you're doomed to be doing the same thing 15 years from now. All right? And it's serious. But this time, 15 years from now, it's going to really cost you. There's much more on the line then. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be in the open now. It's going to stink really bad then. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay, dang, what can I do now? You know what I'm saying? I done wasted all these years. Like, you still have another chance, but use this time now to really make something of yourself, to really create your future. That way, 15 years from now, you straight. You know what I'm saying? But if not, then you're doomed to make the same mistakes that we made growing up, and now you're trying to make up for it now. It's not worth it. Make the decision now to sacrifice now and work on that discipline, so you can inherit the future that's already yours. From my life to yours, make that change, be that change, and become.